Russell dropped Bombshell on Mercedes W14. Lewis Hamilton recently exposed his discontent with the work of his team on their W14 car. However, he was supported by Mercedes chief Toto Wolff. The statement created a stir in the Formula One community, and now George Russell has also shared his opinion about the W14. What did the British driver say? Stay tuned to find out. The 2023 season of Formula One has not been kind to Mercedes. The team has struggled to keep up with Red Bull, and even Aston Martin has proven to be a tough competitor. This is unacceptable for Mercedes, who has always aimed to be at the top of the grid. While efforts are being made to fix the issues, the team's chances of winning races and championships seem slim at the moment. The W14, Mercedes' car for the 2023 season, is not a bad car per se. However, it's not good enough for Lewis Hamilton and George Russell, who have proven to be top-notch drivers. But drivers want to win, and Mercedes is not in Formula One to compete for second place. The car is difficult to drive and set up, which makes it even harder for the drivers to perform at their best. Mercedes is currently pursuing a change of car concept that should, in theory, improve the machinery. However, this is a work in progress, and the team is currently facing some problems. In an interview with Sports Build, George Russell even compared the car to a lame horse. When asked if the car with his former team, Williams, was easier to drive, the Mercedes driver said, "It is comparable to riding a horse. A Mercedes is a faster horse than a Williams, but it's not all about speed." He continued, "If you ride a horse from A to B, and it doesn't zig, it's like sitting in a Formula One car that suits your driving style. One merges into another. We currently have a lame horse. We know it has a lot of power in it, but it isn't happy that anyone wants to ride it, nor does it suit the way it's riding. It still has a mind of its own that sometimes risks throwing you off. You still have to get used to each other and develop it to make it fast and tame." Despite the struggles that Mercedes is facing this season, George Russell has no regrets about joining the team. When asked if he wishes he had joined a more successful team, he confidently replied, "Not a second." Russell understands the nature of the sport, where success can be fleeting, and there is always someone who is unhappy on the team. He knows that in Formula One, only one driver is truly happy, the one who won the last race. However, Russell is committed to the Mercedes team and believes that they can turn things around. Joining Mercedes was a big career move for Russell, who had previously raced for Williams. It was an opportunity for him to showcase his skills in a top-performing car and compete against the best drivers in the world. Even though the team is currently facing challenges, Russell remains optimistic about the future and is determined to help Mercedes get back to the top of the grid. If the Briton had to pick a team to call home, it would be Mercedes. He continued, "We will be doing this more often in the future because Mercedes has the best mechanics and engineers. I was relieved after I came to the factory after the start of the season and saw how hard everyone is working. No panic, no chaos. All are focused on solutions. I didn't expect otherwise, but it reassured me that if I had to pick one place for the next 15 years, it would undoubtedly be Mercedes. The W14 may soon improve considerably." The interview was conducted before the Australian Grand Prix, so in some aspects, it has already improved. It seemed like the second best car in Melbourne, and Russell and Hamilton gave much trouble to Max Verstappen at the start of the race. Though Russell himself eventually retired, and Hamilton had to settle for a P2, the team showed promise. Will Russell win an F1 title in Mercedes? At this point in the F1 ecosystem, the Max Verstappen-Red Bull combo is turning into a juggernaut. In Verstappen, we arguably have the best driver on the grid in the last 2 seasons. He is exceptionally quick and rarely makes a mistake. On the other hand, Red Bull complements him brilliantly by providing competitive machinery and some of the best possible strategic calls during the race, with Singapore possibly being the exception last season. Most of the time, Red Bull was spot on with the strategic calls. For the 2023 F1 season, Red Bull will surely be compromised by the reduced development time. It's safe to say that, in some way, it's going to prove to be a hurdle. The Max Verstappen-Red Bull combo might prove to be too much for George Russell or any other driver-team combo on the grid. What's your thought of Russell's chance of winning an F1 title in Mercedes? Let us know in the comments section below. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more videos like this. See you in the next video.